A lead sled is an iconic American custom car. It's a traditional type of custom build. It started with the Mercs from 49 to 51, but you see people using the same formula on all different types of cars. That's the whole thing with a lead sled, is just trying to make your car an individual. I think that's really how it all started. So this is an evolving thing. I mean, it really happened in the 50s, but people are still trying new stuff today. I've been friends with Don for quite a while, working on various projects. I keep walking by this Packard, just looking at it, imagining its potential. I want to chop this thing and make it a lead sled for my friend Tom. I talked to Don about this car. I wasn't sure if he was attached to it or not. He couldn't get rid of it fast enough. He had no use for it. I was so amped up to get this thing in the shop. It's like I had blinders on, you know? I was just looking at it for what I saw as potential. Once I got it in the shop, I realized there was just so much ugly, I didn't know how to handle it. I never really had the opportunity to stand back and look at it that much. It was always under that carport. Once we got it outside in the open, you could stand back and look at it. And I don't know, it really doesn't have a good line. I loved the way that the taillights in the rear section looked, but that's because it was in a carport and you couldn't stand back and look at it. In my opinion, the big sore spot in the whole car is the rear of the roof. The longer I looked at it, I really started second guessing myself. Like maybe this wasn't the car at all to start with. I've never dealt with a roof that has this ugly hump in the back. So I'm gonna take the whole skin right off of the top of the roof. I'm gonna come in right about here, and the roof attaches probably about that far above the drip rail, and I know I'm gonna shave the drip rails. So I'm gonna take this whole roof cap right off, kind of like this. You can see it's got this little shape that's stamped in it, and that's where it all went wrong, in my opinion. This was good, and then something grew out of the back of the car. I'm gonna cut it right at that line, because it's not gonna have that anymore. You can see it's almost like the engineers in the factory were setting it up for a chop. I'm just gonna start by chopping the heck out of it. No plan. I think it looks better already. The standard procedure in cutting any car's roof off is to brace up the interior. You don't want the thing to shift. You want it to stay just as it is so the door is shut properly. I'm just not doing any of that. I've done enough metal work, I've cut apart enough cars to know what I can get away with. I think I can get away with it. Aha! Cutting off the top was the right call. Now I just got to figure out the roof line. My friend Tom is a graphic artist. He's done a lot of work for me in the past with t-shirts and other designs. I took a side shot of the car with the roof on and sent it to Tom, and just see what he comes up with. Maybe he's seeing something I'm not.
He sends it to me, and it's pretty rough. I see where the car has potential, and I try to bring it to life on the computer. When I had gotten to my final rendering of the Packard, I sent it to Ian, and I didn't know how he was going to react.
Tom's fast. I get an email back the same day of this rendering, and it's pretty cool. He took the windshield and he raked it forward. I've never seen that done before. Typically, if you chop a top, you may rake the windshield back, but this one was so slanted back, he moved it forward, and he put a nice slope in the rear of the roof line. Very cool design. Restructuring this roof skin and the frames surrounding the doors, and that's the line of the car. This is what makes it. I want to take this arch out of the rear window. The same idea as removing that big bulge that's in the back of the roof. This is a pretty risky move. I'm really taking all of the strength out of the whole side of the roof line. But I want this look, so I'm making all these pie cuts in it. It's gonna stretch out the rear portion to make it more streamlined. This is really gonna define what the car looks like, setting up these door frame surrounds. It's also a structural part of the car, so I'm just trying to use what I have, make a couple splices, and just come up with a shape that I like. My special envisioning tool. Ah yes, the cardboard envisioning tool. It's something that you don't see a lot, but everybody's got one. Just hold it up and look through. The whole idea with this envisioning tool is like blinders on a horse, right? You just see what you need to and carry on. I'm really happy with the line of these two rails coming back from the A-pillar. And the big question mark is how the roof skin fits back on. I'm liking how the sides of the car are coming out, but I'm gotta get this roof skin on. Thinking maybe the original one will work, even though I don't want to use it. I think I'm just gonna put it on there and just check it out. Once I got it back on in place, it seems like it'll fit, but it's still got issues. You know, it was designed with this big bulge in the rear, and I'm trying to get away from that. Don came over to look at the car because I think he's kind of sitting there being a naysayer.
I don't see the envision that he does, you know? His creative mind is thinking, but my mind is not that creative. He got in deep with this project. I think it's a lot deeper than he thought he was gonna get in with this project.
I'm really seeing the potential in this thing, but he's just not digging it. I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. I think it's gonna convince him. I'm gonna change the look once more. Ready?
You ready? Go for it.
This is the main part of what I don't like about the car, is this weird bubble back. Help me like bring this up onto the windshield and let's see how it's working there. That is freaking gangster, man.
Right there. He's changed the body lines on that top so much. It looks like a Merc. The way the top has cut it now and laid that window back, it's just looking way cool.
Thing really is just committing to a course of action. By splitting the roof and just refiguring it a little bit, all of a sudden the line appeared. You know, and that's really cool. Don was liking it, and I think we're on a good run.
So what do you think on this here? Just trim this back piece off here? Is this how this is gonna work? And then
I think so. See the way it was all up in the air, even taller, but when you just lap it over, it like really just relaxes. I'm telling you, the designers intended this car to be chopped.
they really did, didn't they?
They were thinking ahead, and I gotta thank them for that. It's making my work a lot easier.
That fits nice, because then basically what, just a panel from here to here?
Well, see, I'll lift this up, and that makes the job even easier. See? You don't have another back window, do you?
The Boneyard does have some treasures in it, that's for sure.
This fender's seen better days. If you got a replacement, I'll change it out.
I'm pretty sure I have a replacement fender.
Cool. Maybe I'll swing by your place and pick up the fender tomorrow or something.
Sounds like a plan.
I got a way of doing things by myself, but hey, there's another body in the room. Get to work.
To be able to work with Ian today is a real special treat.
This is a really complex thing, creating a big roof for a chop-top car. The whole thing is establishing this nice roof line. I want to minimize the amount of body filler in the end. So it's really just like push it, hold it into position, and tack weld it so it stays. You know, it's the stuff you read about in magazines. So I stuck them in the car and had them hold up the sheet metal. I would have to come up with a bunch of weird contraptions to hold it in place. Here he is doing it. He was pretty excited.
Ian, in my opinion, is today's Ed Roth. Ed Roth was a wild customizer who was very innovative. Ian is just carrying that torch.
What this thing does is it sucks the metal together, so it will create a little more of a dome.
Ian likes to think outside the box, doesn't care about what anybody else thinks, and builds what he wants.
So this is gonna crown it out a little bit more, as well as take away all those hammer marks. I'm really not that familiar with an English wheel. I've only used it a couple times. Eastwood had this really simple, portable one, and it worked out pretty darn good. Pretty good. Yeah. Getting the sheet metal tacked in place, that's it. That's the car. The line of it's established. It's just a matter of finish work. If you like it, here we go. I'll put it all together and on to the next.
It's a killer chop.
We got the chop top nailed. It looks great. There's still a lot more. One of the defining factors on getting this project was that Don says it's mechanically sound, you know, it's a runner. I gotta get some electricity and some fuel to this and be sure that it's gonna go down the road. This car is ancient. It looks like an Egyptian tomb under the hood, man. Well, it gets spark. Something happened. That's a good sign. So I'm pretty surprised that this thing fired up like it did. It purrs. It's an old engine, but it runs great. We gotta pick up the dust somehow. So this roof is bondoed out for 3 full days. I got just a little over 2 gallons of Bondo on it. So I had to make the whole thing flow into one nice dome. And I think I did that. It looks pretty good. So the last part of the equation is these door frames. This is the trickiest part of the whole deal. And to sum it up is if people can't figure out where you cut it, then you succeed. Just building stuff that you haven't done before, it's just the adventure of it, you know? It's like I want to come out successful in everything I'm doing, but also the spice of it is getting that agitation of not knowing. I was so bummed out when I started this project. I can't put in words how disappointed I was at the selection I had made. But I think this thing's gonna be all right. All the body fillers set. Eastwood gave me this urethane high build primer, and I'm just gonna coat the whole car with it. 3 heavy coats, because it's a filler primer, and then I can come back and block sand it. This is the first time you really get to see what the car looks like. It's all blotchy, you know, Bondo spots, metal spots, different tones. So having it all in one color is gonna be really cool. Once I get this thing all one color, a good primer coat on it, you're really gonna see what the car looks like. And that's really what I've been looking forward to. This chop top is what makes the car. It's looking good. It's like a one-piece, one-color car now, but I gotta see it at ride height. One of the things from the start was how tall this car was, how high it was off the street. I'm looking to get a 4-inch drop out of it, easy. Everything is rusted, stuck, typical scene. Hate this part of the job. In case you're wondering how my nose got so rearranged, doing exactly this. No joke. The coil spring shot out of the car, hit me in the face. That's a big piece of metal that hit you in the face, huh? This is the old school lowering technique. Before there was all these fancy kits and airbags and yada, 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 you would cut the springs or you would heat them with a torch. those were the options. So I'm doing it just like they would have done it back in the day. So I started off by cutting just about 2 coils off, a little bit more. It's hard to say exactly what the drop's gonna be until it's installed back in the car, because the spring rate changes, you really can't calculate it. So I'm just gonna cut both springs to match and set them in the car until it looks the way I think it should. That's what I'm talking about. It makes all the difference. It's a pretty serious family car, that's for sure. Makes me want to have a couple kids. The last parts of every car build are really tedious, so I'm looking for some inspiration. I'm always trying to find something that's gonna take my mind off the tediousness of the finishing details. So making these taillight lenses was a perfect little diversion. This is my super improvised plastic heating device. I went on this whole bubble top adventure with my friend Victor, and I learned a lot about heating and forming plastic. Victor and I wanted to make a bubble top car, so we went about it in a way that would create this enormous plastic shape. So this is a miniature version of that. I just took this piece of a barbecue grill, put some foil on it, and then I have a propane heater. I'm gonna heat up the plastic and form it into a couple taillight lenses. I did a lot of experimenting with Victor on the bubble top, and I found out that 300 degrees is when plexiglass starts to become formable. They make spaceships and stuff out of this, and here I am with a piece of the old refrigerator and a propane grill. My whole idea is getting this plastic really preheated well. That way it has time to go into the clamp before cooling back off. I took this piece of aluminum and put it in the roller to match the arc on this. It's just like the bubble top. It's got an air source with a base plate and some holes to let the air come through. And then there's a clamping ring that's gonna hold the plastic down to the base plate. Warm it up with the clamps and then inflate the lens through that retaining ring. Portacool sent over one of their huge shop fans to keep the temperature in this place under control. I was also able to use it to cool down the plastic lens. If it stays molten for too long, it could change shape. It's the same idea as the bubble tops, just way smaller. This thing's pretty much wrapped. I'm excited to see Tom's reaction when he sees it. There's a lot of work getting the car to a finished state. I really busted it out. I can't wait for Tom to see it. So I'm really excited for him to check it out. It's like his idea come to life. We're ready, man.
Oh,
Check it out.
oh man. You're kidding, right?
It's the real deal.
Wow. Ian, man, that is one gorgeous machine. Look at that. When I first walked in and saw the Packard, I was blown away. It's amazing looking. It's actually a lot cooler than I could imagine.
The thing about when Tom walked in, the last time he saw the car, it was a shambles. I mean, there was just loose ends everywhere.
This is a perfect color for it. Holy smokes.
Yeah, you gotta see it in the sun. It pops pretty cool. I got this black cherry paint that complements it beautifully.
First thing I noticed when I walked in is the amount of time and work that went into it. There's a lot of customizing there.
All Tom's drawings were side views, so for him to look at it and see the angle of the A, B, and C pillars, it really meant a lot to him. I made these two taillights. It didn't have any taillights. Just kind
You
of
made
fresh.
those?
Yeah, I blew them out of plastic, kind of like mini bubble tops.
No, man, you're kidding. Those are...
Because remember, it didn't have any lenses.
Ian tells me that he custom made these things himself, and I'm just shocked again. It's like, what can't this guy do?
The fact that this thing is a good stock runner really helps out in the end because he can enjoy it. He doesn't need to do all this other modifications. It's a complete factory stock Packard with a pretty nice chop top.
When I first sat inside the Packard, man, I couldn't help but feel, man, this is cool. I'm ready to cruise, man. And I am one cool dude because I'm cruising this thing. You want to go cruise? Hey, me and Shop Pound are cruising, man.
This was a very emotional experience. We took that car out of the carport and I was angry. I was just thinking we were going in a bad direction. I pulled through, you know? I was really thinking about quitting a lot of times. Tom's drawings helped me, and then finally seeing the metal change shape is kind of what led me to doing the finish work right.
There's one thing I've noticed about Ian. When it comes to customizing a car, is he's driven. He has something in mind, he sets a goal, and he goes for it. When we're thinking about where's the coffee, he's thinking about what do I have to do next to this car? What do I want to do next to this car? And he goes for it.
The whole deal with this is I was trying to help Tom out. He's done a ton of work for me. The least I could do is return the favor. So to really push my limits as far as the fabrication and finish work, it really is just something to say thanks to Tom.
It's really indescribable. I can't talk about how grateful I am because there's no words to express it. I mean, other than getting in there and cruising down the boulevard with a big grin on my face, there's no real way to express how just excited I am. It's a cool car and I cannot wait to show it off.
This project is a great example of what I've been doing with my career. Just trying to be creative and push something further is what I'm all about. Just trying to discover new ideas. Keep the people happy, give them what they want, on to the next.